12. Oh, involuntary commitment.
And the jury, extra for the jury. The court witnesses, there we go. That'll help alleviate the pressure from her too.
With that, I'll go along with it.
Motion's been made and seconded to increase the district court set amount. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries.
Are you voting, Franklin?
I did.
Okay.
And I will move that we charge Debbie with equally distributing the remaining mills between fair, museum, search and rescue, and airport, and filling in the balance with PILT. Total exact sum to be determined.
Yeah, I'll go along with that, I guess.
Motion's been made and seconded to fill in funds with excess mill monies, the remainder to come from PILT. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries.
If there's gonna be any extra meal money anyway, though, is there?
Well, there may be if we get enough out of employee contribution. That's we're trying to pull some out of there if we can. Yes, Tim?
Just for clarification, Mr. Chairman, are any of these mills that are being transferred to make these accounts whole, if you will? Maybe I'm using the wrong term, but are any of those mills coming from the floating mills that come through, or is this just coming from the borrowed, if you will? And again, maybe I'm not using the right term, but from the health insurance. I guess I'm trying to see where the money is coming from, or these mills are coming from.
Well, if we have some of this employer contribution health insurance money that we're not gonna need, we'll take and use that for these other ones we made. And then once we get done with that, if we have to, we'll pull that money out of PILT. Is that right, Dave?
Correct.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I will move that we maintain planning at $40, 40 hours per week. The balance to the budget to come from the Wheatland Turn Lane Fund within PILT.
Motion's been made to move planning to 40 hours a week with balance coming from Turn Lane and PILT. Is there a second? I'll second for discussion. So if we're gonna do that, so do we still have a motion waiting for the addition of Janae to locate and report properties to DOR?
Correct. That'll be the next motion.
Okay. So the motion's been made and seconded to move planning to 40 hours a week to be funded from PILT and Turn Lane funds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same.
No.
Motion carries 2-1.
And I will move to increase Janae's hours from 28 to 32. Per Debbie's formula, many of those hours to be used tracking construction around Broadwater County, and as agreed to by Janaea.
Motion's been made to bump Janae's hours to 32, from 28 to 32 with the excess 4 hours to be used to track new construction within Broadwater County, keep track of DOR revenues. Is there any discussion?
Where's the money gonna be coming from?
I think that's gonna come out of PILT and Turn Lanes, right?
Correct.
And what's that amount, $3,100? Is that what we were figuring that was gonna be?
Yes. Now, that's gonna be off a little bit because of work comp and retirement and all those things, but that is the hourly times the additional hours, the hourly rate. Do you have what that is, Debbie? Okay.
I thought I did, but
So approximately, amend my motion of $3,100.
Is there any other discussion?
I don't think that figure's right.
No, and I admit that, it's close. It's just the hourly rate, it's not including the fringe, so I acknowledge it is not perfect to the dollar.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries.
Right, anything else on the budget? I have two other items, but I think that's it on the budget unless we're wrong.
Are we pulling the money for the Blackfoot transition, that's coming out of PIL?
Yes.
So if we pull that 30 out of there, do you know, and these commitments that we've made here, what do we have left over in PIL?
So if we take the 39,392 minus what's in there, 7, plus these others, it puts us down probably to 300,000.
That includes the 140,000 for insurance.
Insurance is in
Yes.
there.
Yes. So the insurance has already been paid, and that was 159,879. So with all the approvals, well, let me add two more thousand, because the burials went up, so as of right now, more than anything extra with here, we've spent 394,587. We added two more. And I think there's close to 200,000 more between all the, it leaves us with a balance at the end of the year approximately 300,000. Because right now there's currently in PILT 768,000 sitting in the cash that we haven't spent yet. You take the 394,000 away from that, that's about 300,000.
You say 3 or 2?
Let me throw my math in. About 300,000. With what we've already committed, plus these extras that's not in the worksheet. And I can add those and you can get an exact number, but it's about 300,000 in PILT.
So the budget that Brandon gave us with the 30% cut in operations, is that balanced?
I haven't even touched it yet.
Okay.
I don't know where it sits. I gotta play with that yet.
We could very well have a bit more work to do,
Okay.
and that's why I asked for us to be able to address the budget next Monday and Wednesday, just in case.
Okay.
I haven't been able to plug, I did go in and play with the wages, and he kind of factored into that with, with the freezes, but I haven't got to adjust any of the expenditure cuts that he did yet to know where they're sitting and if they're sitting good or if they met their, I haven't had time to look at it. I'm pushing. Only so many hours.
So we know that right now there's a possibility that they may need at least 56,000.
Because he's been right on with his numbers.
So hopefully if we get 15 from the fire department, that would put us at about 41, which would leave us about 250 left over, just in case.
Anything else on the budget?
Not today.
All right. I have two things. One is trust board. The contract, and we had Steve here. I looked through and found the minutes from the trust board meetings. They state clearly that Steve was working with Jerry Grabens from Great West Engineering and passed off a larger package to the recreation board, who was charged with just continuing the BOR land acquisition. And then it was the trust board that said, hey, let's do a countywide determination of our parks and take in public comment on all that. So I want to clear up comments that were made earlier by Commissioner Solifka. Trust board was on board, is on board, it is in the minutes, and I will forward those to you after the meeting. I did not bring hard copies. I will give you copies as well, Ann.
Okay.
So hopefully that can be the end of that. And then the last thing I have is, this is the letter to Tim Rickmeyer for his overpayment on his taxes. I did add up to the 5 years at the end. So good catch on that. And then we'll give these to Doug and let him work his magic. Thank you. You want a copy of that, Ann? And this one, we agreed to, same thing, and that will go out as well. I think that's it. Oh, I will move that, oh no, we will do that with next Monday. Bill, who's gonna help with Brandon with the budget?
Oh, okay,
I'll put that on the agenda for next week.
okay.
Right.
So, no other business to go in front of the commission, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved, so moved.
Motion's been made and seconded to adjourn at 3:14, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carries.
Okay, the remaining mills would be, if there were any, would be split between fair,
Search and rescue, museum, airport.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you, Debbie.
They put it up, Carrie. I mean that in the most loving way.
That's how I'm taking it.